Tap water. It's a commodity we all take for granted, pure enough to drink without a second thought. But although this tap water is filtered to meet national water standards, it still has a very high mineral content. These minerals may be good for your health, but when it comes to cleaning windows, they're a bad thing. Applied to glass and allowed to dry naturally, minerals in tap water will remain on the surface of the window, causing spotting and watermarks. Pure water is water which has had these minerals removed. Technically, pure water has 0 parts per million, known as ppm, which means that it has no minerals, dust particles or chlorine left in it, and therefore leaves no deposit on your windows. There are 2 ways to create pure water. The first option is to pass the water through resin beads, commonly known as DI or deionization. The resin attracts and removes the dissolved salts and minerals. This is cheap to set up, but the running costs associated with regular resin changes make it expensive long term. To reduce the amount of resin beads used by 90%, you can instead pass the water through a process called reverse osmosis, or commonly known as RO. Water is passed through a series of filtration membranes, which remove 90% of the dissolved particles and impurities in the water. Although the system setup costs are higher, reverse osmosis systems are cheaper to run and the first choice of most professionals. How often you need to change your resin or RO membranes will depend on the area in which you are working. The amount of mineral particles and impurities in tap water varies hugely from one area to another, and the density of these particles in your local water will determine how frequently you will need to replace resin or membranes.